Okay, we're back with another video here. This one's going to be the silver video. This what you're seeing here on the table is my entire silver collection. I've been collecting for many years, close to actually probably a little over 30 years by now. Mostly what I've got is Canadian maple leaves, and that's what you see in these tubes here. Tubes are all Canadian maple leaves. It's 25 coins per tube, and with all the tubes that I have, and here, all these, it's a total of 198 tubes. So it's 198 tubes and 25 coins per tube. That's primarily what I buy is the Canadian silver. I like the Canadian silver better. I like the design. I like the fact that it's 4 9s. It's got a $5 Canadian face value on it. So the floor on that is at least $5 Canadian. Let's see here. These coins, this particular tube here is from 2012. Camera. These are from 2012. A lot of this silver I bought from Monex years ago, and you would order them in 100-ounce lots, which you still do today. And this is actually how they would wrap it. They would wrap it in this paper here, 100-ounce lots. Those are just a couple that I didn't take out of the package. And let's see here. I've got these are all commemorative coins here. These are from the Fur Rendezvous in Alaska. That's really what started me in it, was getting these Fur Rendezvous coins back in the late 80s and through the 90s. Got what, 2, 4, 6, 12. Yeah, I got 12 years there, and then I got sets here from Monex. If you referred somebody, then they would send you these. So each one of these has a silver eagle, one of the silver Philharmonics, and a Canadian silver maple leaf. Here I have a 100 troy ounce silver bar. This is a Johnson Matthey bar. I think I paid about $1,500 for it. I think 1,200. I don't even remember when I bought that. I think that was around. I think it was about 2008, 2009. Yeah, in fact, it was 2000. It was 2000, late 2008, early 2009. That's when silver wasn't available, and this was all that Monex had were these Johnson Matthey bars. So I went ahead and I picked that up. These are, I believe these are PCGS. If I remember correctly. These are, this is a 2001 MS69 Silver Eagle. And this is from the very first year in the U.S. Mint. This is from 1906 Silver Eagle. And it's also a MS69. So those are the only two slabbed silvers that I have. Moving on over here. These are $half silver, pre-64. So I've got one of these bags has $100 face value of these. $100 face value. essentially the only junk / constitutional silver I have, other than this little bit that I've got. These are from the 10-ounce silver bars from the York skyline there to commemorate the World Trade Center. I just thought those were kind of cool, so I picked up one of them every once in a while. I got 5 of those bars. Miscellaneous silver eagle here. These are my maple leaves I like to play with. These I don't keep in good condition. Throw them around, bang them, do whatever with them. That way I got something to play with. I took one tube of mine and just decided I was just going to essentially destroy it by playing with it all the time. That's what these are. That's what these are. These are for just playing with. You just listen to them bang on the table. That's the sound of money right there. Kind of a cool sound. These 3 monster boxes of silver maple leaves are strapped. They actually come strapped from the mint. And if you order a monster box, whether it be a silver maple leaf or a silver eagle or the Philharmonics or whatever, if they come in a box from the mint and it's strapped, don't open it. Just leave them strapped, leave them closed. It's a lot easier to sell them back. They don't have to go through them. They know that they can sell them immediately to somebody else without even having to really check them, as long as the mint straps are on them. So if you've got monster boxes, they come with the straps. You don't want to cut the straps and open the box. Just makes it a lot easier if you go to sell it back. So that's why these have never been opened. And I've got 3 of them that are not open. A lot of these silver maple leaves, some of these came from Apmex, and they actually went ahead and they taped them up and actually sealed them. And these here I've never opened. A lot of these I've opened them up, just inspected, the top coin. One thing with these with silver, is it does discolor from time to time. This particular tube here, camera will actually show this. Look at going to show up there. See, it's got these milk spots. That's from moisture getting into the tube. These were in a location in the house where there was humidity. That particular tube was my mom's, because it wasn't in a sealed container. Humidity got in there. I store all these loose tubes, except for this right here. All these tubes are kept in ammo cans so that the moisture stays away from it. In fact, all the silver gets stored in ammo cans. In fact, I got some. Keep them in these ammo cans. That way it keeps the moisture out. And it's a lot easier to store too because the cans are stackable in the safe. But yeah, what you're looking at on the screen here is probably about well, it's a little over 5,200 ounces of silver. Most of it is Canadian maple leaves. Each one of these tubes, if the tubes, each tube or each coin we're selling for, well, let's just say $25 right now with the high premiums, then each tube would be about well, that would be $625 a piece for each one of these tubes. So yeah, between $550 and $625 a piece for each one of these tubes. So in total, I think APMEX lists it out. Oh, I forgot about these. I think APMEX lists it out at about $130,000 total. And I got a couple of tubes of Silver Eagles. I've only got two tubes. I'm just not into the Silver Eagles, and mainly the reason why is because they're just a little bit more expensive than the Canadian maple leaves. They're not as pure, although there isn't really that much difference between the maple leaves and the Silver Eagles. But it's just a personal preference of mine. I like the fact that each one of the tubes from the Canadian Mint has 25 coins, where each one of the tubes from the U.S. Mint only holds 20. Of course, the tubes are shorter than the Canadian ones. Green top, which is the U.S. Mint, shorter than the Canadian. But I like the fact that the Canadian Mint has more coins in each tube. And I like how they're packed in the monster boxes themselves. Lift this here. It's actually a tighter pack than the monster box for the U.S. Silver Eagles. Takes up less room. And lid for the monster box just goes on like this. And then these boxes are stackable, very easily stackable. So I put these four on the bottom of my safe, and then all the ammo cans get stacked on top of that. And that's how I store it. But yeah, you're looking at about a little over 5,200 ounces of silver here. The current value is right about $130,000. I haven't really made much on the silver. Some of the silver, of course, I bought, back when it was, $8, $10, $12 an ounce, so I didn't pay that much for it at the time. But, of course, over the years as silver has run up, I've paid at all different levels. I mean, I bought silver as high as like $41 an ounce, I believe, back in 2011. So I really haven't made a lot on this, but at least, I've got at least what I put into it. Got well over, I think I put probably close to $100,000 into this. About 132 right now as it sits. So basically, if I was to sell it back, I'd get at least what I put into it, maybe $20,000 or $30,000 more. But that's my silver right there. I may get some more in the future. I haven't really decided. I've been doing a lot of gold lately. What is it now? I'm up to 172 ounces of gold now. So yeah, people have been asking me to do a silver video. You know, I would take these out of the tubes, but God, that would be a real mess if all the coins fell over. So I just decided not to take them out. But this gives you an idea of what I've got. I keep it simple, like my gold. With the gold, I keep it all U.S. and primarily in the silver, I keep it all Canadian. Mainly because, like I said, I like how it's packaged better. I like the purity better. Got the $5 floor face value in Canadian dollars on it. The uh, the tubes hold more. It's a little bit easier to store than Silver Eagles, especially in the monster boxes, because the monster boxes are a lot bigger than the Canadian ones. And I just like to keep it simple. So I've always bought the Canadian silver because it is like sometimes it could be as much as $2 or even $3 a coin cheaper for the Canadian maple leaves over the silver eagles, because silver eagles are more highly sought after worldwide. So the silver eagles actually command a larger premium. And actually, right now, probably if I was to sell all this back, I would probably get more for it, because right now in the market, there's actually plenty of silver eagles where there isn't any Canadian maple leaves on most of the sites right now. So if I was to sell this back right now, I would actually get a pretty decent premium for them, maybe more than the silver eagles, simply because there just isn't very much supply. And of course, the Canadian mint does not mint as many of the silver maple leaves. U.S. mints silver eagles. But I keep it simple. That way, it's a very recognizable coin. A lot of dealers will easily recognize it. They all sell it. They will all take it back. So it's a very simple way of going ahead and stacking silver. I've been doing it for many years. I started off, like I said, I started off with these coins here, commemorative coins, back in the 80s, and then eventually I moved to a couple of the silver eagles, and then I went to the Canadian maple leaves almost exclusively. Although along the way I did pick up like the silver bar here and there. One thing you got to be careful with these silver bars: if you sell these back in more than up to 1,000 ounces, you're going to get 1099 on it. And sell as many of these back as you want, and you will never get a 1099 on it. The other thing you get 1099 on is junk/constitutional silver. They 1099 that if it's face value of $1,000 or more. This is $200 face value, and of course, have a whole bunch of these bars. If it adds up to 1,000 on bars, then it's going to be reported to the IRS on 1099-B. But with the silver maple leaves or your silver eagles, you could sell back as many as you want, and they will not 1099 that transaction. The IRS will never be informed of it. So that's why I collect mainly the coins, is for that reason. You know what? I don't even know about the actual rounds. That's something I'd actually have to look at, because I don't even own any rounds other than these, little commemorative ones from the Alaska Mint. And of course, I wouldn't even consider selling them. And of course, I wouldn't even have enough to have to worry about reporting requirements on that. But that's how it stands now with the law. Is sell back as many of the silver maple leaves, Philharmonics, silver eagles. The Krugerrand started doing the silver a couple of years ago. Same thing there. It's not reportable, but the bars, anything, if it totals up 1,000 ounces or more, then that's going to be reported to the IRS. So this is the only 100-ounce bar that I have. I'm never really into the bars. I would actually rather have the coins because they're more easily recognizable. Anyway, go ahead and leave your comments. Click the like button if you liked the video. If you don't, well, push the button for the dislike. If you like, leave comments, subscribe, and keep stacking.